What's up, guys? Welcome back to Real Bucs Talk. We're here. We're going to look at the wide receivers today, wide receiver preview, and it's a loaded room, guys. A lot of people wanted us to draft one, but let's look at it for what it's worth. You got Mike Evans, Mr. Consistency, Chris Godwin. Yes, he's coming back from injury, serious one in ACL, but then they signed Russell Gage. He has a little lingering injury right now, hasn't really practiced much, but that's your starting three. But behind that, it's loaded. You got Rashard Perryman, Cyril Grayson, Tyler Johnson. Big reviews from Jalen Darden. Scotty Miller, when on the field, is very consistent. And then you got these young guys that are making a lot of noise for themselves. So there's a lot of guys to talk about, but it starts with the big three, and I'll let you kind of run on them.
Right. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Mark. It obviously starts with Mike Evans at the top. He's been, the number one receiver for this offense for quite a while, and he's been very consistent with 8 straight 1,000 yard seasons and just been dominant at his position. It seems like he gets better and better each year. And then you add in Chris Godwin, who they're expecting to be back. Hopefully, he can be back ready to go for the start of the season. But if not, you have a very capable and dependable receiver and Russell Gage from the Atlanta Falcons, who they signed over. So, got to be very happy with that addition. I think he's going to provide a lot of things that this offense was expecting from Antonio Brown, but Antonio Brown's off the field, cost him a spot, and now you have Russell Gage come in, and he can do a lot of different things and be productive. And then after that, it's up for grabs, and there's some serious competition for the 4, 5, 6 spots available. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, a very good position battle, and I can't wait to watch it in camp, which is, believe it or not, next month.
Insane, right? Things are coming up fast. I mean, you're starting to see all these interviews with all the different players. Tom Brady talked today as well. And like I was saying, interviews and stuff, they're talking Jalen Darden up really well. Like even Mike Evans mentioned it, saying how he's looking really crisp, he's looking more confident, knowing where he has to be in the playbook. So iron sharpens iron, and all these guys are going to have to make each other better. And if Tyler Johnson's hands or lack of knowing where the playbook's at, Jalen Darden can jump him. I mean, these guys have to find a spot where they can stick, and you're facing three really good guys. That top three is pretty loaded. Yes, bearing injury, someone's going to kind of fit in, but Rashard Perriman is no joke. I mean, he lit up this offense the first time he was here. They brought him back, and then it seems like he just got a big touchdown, huge touchdown against the Buffalo Bills. So very, very strong guys that have been here already. And then you talk about the young guys like this Devin Tompkins and Jareth Stearns that have been getting nothing but good reviews from coaches alike. And let's actually bring up a little clip from our now head coach, Todd Bowles. What did he have to say about Devin Tompkins?
Jumped out to you? Who impressed you?
I would love to see what Tompkins does in training camp. He's quick, he's fast, he's explosive off the ball, and he's made some good catches. So we want to see how he continues to learn and how he does in training camp and preseason. I'll be looking at him.
Yeah, pretty legit. So the guy's getting good reviews from everyone. It's not just he's balling out in practice. The coaches are taking eye, even the players are taking eyes to that. So a lot of good things to talk about. And like I was just saying, if your room's that good, you're gonna get better based off of iron sharpening iron. Any more takes on that one?
Right. But I think, Todd Bowles, the key word is like how he's going to do in camp once, the pads come on. I think that's the biggest thing. And,
Yeah.
we talk about Jalen Darden. He was very good last year in OTAs and mini camp. But when the pads come on, that's where you really have to start making your impact and also impact in the games. I think that's going to be the big test for these guys and who can separate, who can stand out, and it goes not only to Jalen Darden, but also to Scotty Miller and Tyler Johnson. Those guys have to stand out in preseason to fight off a little bit more experienced guy and Brashard Perriman, who has been there, done that, and has been more of the consistent playmaker over the last couple of seasons. So it's going to be interesting how they find ways to stand out and separate themselves. But it's going to be a fierce competition. It's probably one of the best competitions I think we're going to have in this training camp outside of the left guard position. And yeah, I'm excited to see who can elevate or who can get back to form. Really, I mean, you
Yeah.
look at Tyler Johnson and Scotty Miller, we were expecting them to kind of take off last year, and they kind of took step backwards because of injuries or just not being prepared or not being ready mentally. And now you have guys, like Jalen Darden, who wants to make a spot on this team and to make a spot in the NFL. And the same thing goes with a Devin Tompkins or some of these undrafted guys that are looking to take their spots because it's survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
Who can it's a man eat man world, and who's going to be the best out there.
Yeah, and Devin Tompkins, like I clicked on him, he's 5'7", 155 pounds. He's maybe a little heavier now, but the thing is, you're 5'8", but still, you're a smaller dude in a world of where you got Mike Evans of the world, 6'5", 231. So not everyone's Mike. I already know that. The top three, they're set. When they get fully healthy, this offense is going to be elite. The thing is, though, there won't be much of a drop off. Cyril Grayson had plenty of time last year. Again, injury. Taylor Johnson had plenty of time. He didn't really stay consistent. But Rashard Perriman, when had time and healthy, again, that's why a lot of people wanted us to draft a receiver because of health. But either way, you can't have 1,000 receivers in your room. They already have a lot of good ones. There was no true need considering how good they have at wide receiver, and it's just staying healthy. I mean, like Todd Bowles says, let's get a couple more stretches in prior. Let's be understanding what we need to do and get our bodies right before we start camp, and let's see what happens. And the best player will rise to the top, and your top 4 and 5 receivers will be pretty much top 4 or 5 in the NFL. And that's not me saying that lightly. And that's a great room. And all these guys, a majority of them have been in the system for 3 years now. So I'm looking for big things from this wide receiver room. And I can't wait to see who does win those 4 or 5 jobs and who contributes in special teams.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. And yeah, I mean, it's a very strong room. It's going to be a room that is going to be depend on, and they have to be consistent for this offense to be successful because it is a passing offense and led by Tom Brady. But yeah, I can't wait to see it. It's very strong at the top, and I think there's some good depth behind it. But with that said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to give us a like, comment, and what you guys think of the receiver room. Are they going to make an additional move coming down the road, or do you feel comfortable with this group that they have? I feel like it's a good one. And with that said, until the next one.